Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all in the lecture series of Module 1st of Measures of Dispersion, which is the third unit of the course Business Statistics. Myself, Muhammad Ashraf, Assistant Professor in Commerce. In previous lecture, we have learned in detail range and coefficient of range. Today, we will go through quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation. As we all know that the quartiles are values that divide a list of numbers into quarters. Before discussing quartile deviation, we have to understand what is interquartile range. Interquartile range is defined as the difference between upper quartile and lower quartile of a given distribution. We have a formula to calculate interquartile range, which is equal to upper quartile minus lower quartile. The quartile deviation is half of the distance between the third and the first quartile. Quartile deviation is also known as semi-interquartile range, that is half of the difference between the upper quartile and lower quartile. The quartile divides the frequency distribution in 4 equal parts, and there are 3 quartiles which are denoted by Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q2, which is second quartile, is nothing but the median of the frequency distribution. So another measure of the dispersion is quartile deviation, and this is equal to Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2, where Q3 is upper quartile and Q1 is lower quartile. The factor in the numerator, that is Q3 minus Q1, is known as interquartile range. Let us now discuss coefficient of quartile deviation. Coefficient of quartile deviation refers to the ratio of the difference between upper quartile and lower quartile of a distribution to their sum. We have a formula to calculate coefficient of quartile deviation, that is upper quartile minus lower quartile divided by upper quartile plus lower quartile. And if we want to get the result in terms of percentage, we can multiply it by 100. Now let us take an example. Compute quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation from the following data. We have a data 56, 58, 60, 60, 60, 62 and 64. Total number of observations we have 7. Now first of all, before calculating quartile deviation, we have to calculate lower quartile and upper quartile. Lower quartile is equal to size of n plus 1 upon 4th item. We have total number of observations 7, that is n is equal to 7. Now size of 7 plus 1 upon 4th item is equal to Q1, that is 8 upon 4th item, which will be equal to second item. Now we will see which is our second item in the following data, that is 58. 58 is the second item. It is our lower quartile. Now we have to calculate upper quartile. The formula for calculating upper quartile is size of 3 into n plus 1 upon 4. N is equal to 7. Now we have 3 into 7 plus 1 upon 4, which is equal to 24 upon 4. By dividing 24 by 4, we get 6th item. In our distribution, the 6th item is 62. It is our upper quartile. Now we have to calculate quartile deviation. For calculating quartile deviation, we have a formula Q3 minus Q1 upon 2. We have already calculated Q3, which is equal to 62, and Q1, which is equal to 58. So the quartile deviation is equal to 62 minus 58 divided by 2. That is 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Now we have to calculate coefficient of quartile deviation. Formula for that coefficient of quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1. We have already calculated Q3 and Q1. That is Q3 is equal to 62 and Q1 is equal to 58. That is, now we have to insert these values in our formula. 62 minus 58 divided by 62 plus 58, which is equal to 4 divided by 120, that is equal to 0.033. Now let us discuss merits and demerits of quartile deviation. Merits of quartile deviations are: it is quite easy to calculate and simple to understand. Second one is, it can be used even in case of open end distribution. Next one is, it is less affected by extreme values, so it is superior to range. Fourth one is, it is more useful when the dispersion of the middle 50% is to be computed. Now the merits of quartile deviations are: it is not based on all the observations. Next, it is not capable of further algebraic treatment or statistical analysis. Third one is, it is affected considerably by fluctuations of sampling. Last one is, it is not regarded as very reliable measure of dispersion because it ignores 50% of observations. Thank you.